St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Valentine's Day, 1942, Chicago, Illinois. Gang violence in Chicago hit its highest and most brutal point. The murder of 7 men. 7 men were killed inside of a garage, also used as a hideout. Al Capone, when his family came over from Italy to New York, and then he was conceived, and then he moved to Brooklyn. Once he moved to Brooklyn, he went to public school number 7. After he went to public school number 7, he transferred into a Catholic school. So in the Catholic school, he made a really poor choice and got in trouble for it, so the teacher hit him. And he punched the female teacher in the face and got expelled at the age of 14. And then he ultimately stopped going to school. And he was in a couple of gangs as a kid. He was in a gang called the Brooklyn Rippers, which is like a kids gang and they did vandalism and other petty crimes. But as he got older, he joined another gang that was associated with the 5 Points gang. And the 5 Points gang was an actual gang that had organized crime. Chicago mobster George Bugs Moran was like a child of 2 immigrants that were from France. And his real name was Adelard Cunnin. And his birthday was August 21st, 1893. He was born in St. Paul, Minnesota. And like most successful gang bosses of the 1920s, he thought of the Prohibition as a way to make money. And in the 1920s, he became the head of a very successful bootlegging gang known. So what started it is that Al Capone's gang had rivaling businesses during the Prohibition with bootlegging and alcohol sales. And Al Capone's gang was called the 5 Points gang. And George Bugs Moran, his gang was called North Side Gang. So they had a huge gang war over property. Well, not like property, but like selling and bootlegging. But Al Capone had other outlets of making money, such as prostitution, and he would duck paying taxes, which helped him save money, and that's why he went to jail. So that's basically what led up to it. And another thing that led up to it was George Bugs Moran. He had his men shoot up a hotel that Al Capone was staying in for a night. So Al Capone was staying in the hotel for a night, and George Bugs Moran, his men shot up that hotel and sprayed over 1,000 shots into the hotel, which shattered the windows and put bullet holes all through the walls, which angered Al Capone to send his men supposedly to to send his men after George Bugs Moran and his goons. I am currently standing in front of Green Mill Lounge, where Al Capone, he liked to listen to jazz here, and it was one of his favorite hangout spots. One reason he liked it because it had rooms where he could sneak in his alcoholic beverage, and also like from his booth that was reserved for him, he could see the entrance and exit in case he got stuck in the jam. This is where the St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened, where 7 men were lined up along the wall, lined up facing a wall, and were shot. It was a group of men dressed in police uniforms that infiltrated the hideout of the North Side Gang, who were known for like bootlegging alcoholic beverages because of the Prohibition Act, which outlawed the sale, the making, and the use of alcoholic beverages. So Al Capone's, his men, or members of his gang, came into the hideout of the North Side Gang, and it was only George Bugs Moran, it was only his henchmen that were here at the time. So they made it seem like it was a raid. So they had them lined up like they were going to be cuffed and arrested. But they ended up opening fire, killing 6 of the 7 people instantly and leaving the one with fatal injuries that would later kill him in the hospital. Hello, I am at George Bugs Moran. I'm at his former hideout before he passed away, and this is where he spent most of his time thinking of his lucrative plans and having some of his meetings.